Let's have a look at a story captured by Citizen Digital a few hours ago. Former Murang'a Governor Mwangi Wa Iria to be charged over Kenya shillings 140 million fraud. Former Murang'a Governor Mwangi Wa Iria is among 8 former county officials set to be charged by the Director of Public Prosecution (DPP) over Kenya shillings 140 million procurement fraud between 2015 and 2016 at the devolved unit. The DPP, in a statement released on Saturday, said the 8 are accused of irregularly awarding tenders and other procurement irregularities totaling the aforementioned amount. The DPP noted that an investigation carried out by the Ethics and Anti-Corruption Commission (EACC) revealed that the suspects fraudulently awarded tenders to Top Image Media Consultancy Limited and Valueview Limited with disregard to conflict of interest. So Wairia is set to be charged, and this is something that happened in 2015, 2016, almost 10 years ago. Why now? And what could be happening behind the scenes? I want us to dissect into this for Kenyans to understand the games being played here. If you are watching us but you have not yet subscribed, subscribe in order not to miss our next analysis. Let's proceed. What's happening here, ladies and gentlemen? Why is Mwangi Wa Iria being targeted, and what's the objective of the government by targeting Mwangi Wa Iria? They are accusing him that in 2015-2016, he involved himself in some irregular awarding of tenders amounting to 140 million Kenya shillings. So it's something that happened almost 10 years ago. Why now, ladies and gentlemen? I believe that this charge is politically instigated because Mwangi Wa Iria is critical of the government and in the opposition. He's being targeted because he's a big critic of the Kenya Kwanza government. So the goal here is to silence him, to intimidate him so that he can keep quiet. William Ruto and his Kenya Kwanza government do not want people who are critical of them, people criticizing the government. So that's why Mwangi Wa Iria is clearly being targeted here. And is also being targeted because he's a very influential figure as far as the mountain politics are concerned. As things are right now on the mountain, we have Jubilee Party and we have UDA Party. And then we have these small parties being led by the likes of Mwangi Wa Iria. Ruto and his team have succeeded in compromising very many Jubilee members of parliament and other elected leaders, most on the mountain, to join Kenya Kwanza team. So the ones who are not interested in joining Kenya Kwanza, they must be intimidated, they must be threatened into submission. And this paints a very bad picture of the Director of Public Prosecution. It's coming out very clearly that the DPP is not independent, but is being used to settle some political scores. And that again goes contrary to what William Ruto himself told Kenyans in broad daylight. We can still remember William Ruto assuring Kenyans that he'll not use the police to play politics. It's very clear William Ruto is using the police to play politics. So Ruto is once again coming out as a master of doublespeak. He speaks from both sides of the mouth, and that means Kenyans should not take him seriously. And this reminds me of exactly what is happening in Kisii, where some top police officers in Kisii County have hatched a plot to plant weapons in Simba Arati's home. So it's coming out clearly again that this is somehow a criminal government. What this government is doing is actually criminality. The government is involving itself in criminality, and that paints a very bad picture of the Kenya Kwanza government. And if only you tie the dots again, you are now seeing why Ruto has been very desperate to control the judiciary. When he started complaining that some judges were corrupt, already William Ruto had hatched a plan. He wanted to intimidate the courts so that he could control the courts. And you can see clearly why he wanted to control the courts. The judiciary is now the only remaining hope for Kenyans. If Ruto goes ahead to control the judiciary, then as a country, we are done. Already these so-called independent institutions are in his pockets. If he also pockets the judiciary, then anarchy will set in, because it's very clear that the judiciary will be working for Ruto, not for Kenya. As I conclude, this goes on to confirm that we are dealing with a team that is also very vengeful. Ruto is coming out to me as a man who is very vengeful. Yes, he was just waiting to get a chance as the Kenya's president to deal with some of his critics. And this is also coming out very, very clearly. Ruto also swore to uphold the rule of law. This is not the rule of law. Ruto is clearly going against the law. And if only our parliament was working as it should, then William Ruto ought to have been impeached long time ago. And to these individuals who are being controlled and being directed on how to perform or to carry out their functions, I believe they are really digging for themselves their own graves, because power is temporary. Things are bound to change. If a new government comes in, then such leaders will most definitely be in for a very rude shock. Yes, I think that's what is going on here. So I'm also seeing they'll start going for other leaders on the mountain who are not reading with them from the same page. Let me stop it there. If you are watching us but you have not yet subscribed, subscribe, give this video a like. And to those watching us outside Kenya, drop a comment, let us know from which part of the globe you are watching us from. This charge is politically instigated. That confirms that these so-called independent institutions are not independent. They are being controlled by the executive. And if that trend continues, then Kenyans are going to lose hope, faith, and confidence in these so-called independent institutions. Let's meet in our next analysis. Thank you.
kita kandaras yang erlinya.